Last night while I was on my break at work, I was writing down some ideas for videos, and one of my ideas was the fact that people will come and go in your life. And funny enough, I ended up having a dream this morning about a girl that I was friends with in school. It it was almost like a present day type thing, almost like one of those what if scenarios. I guess is the best way I can describe it. It was quite random and unexpected, and I'm still thinking, why did I have that dream? I, we haven't spoken in so many years, and it likely won't happen because you're somewhere else. But it kind of really showed me, though, that just because people come and go doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. If you are great friends with somebody in school or college or work and you guys part ways or a falling out happens, it sucks. Like it's really unfortunate because you're friends with that person in a way you love them, not of course in a romantic way, but you care for them and such. And when you lose that, it hurts. But that doesn't mean that it's gonna hurt forever. One thing that I really think of now, especially with my trip to Alberta, because I've had my struggles with that, one thing that has helped is knowing that the memories I've made can never go away. And for me personally, at the very least, I'm sure for a lot of other people, there's a sense of comfort in that because as much as attachment to the past is unhealthy, in certain ways, it can be a bit helpful in ways because you at least know that that part didn't fully die off. It's still there in your mind. But of course, you have to regulate it and all that and not get too caught up in it because ruminating about the past too much is not good. Trust me, I found that out the hard way so many times. So, and I've got a friendship right now that we've been friends for such a long time, and we're great friends. But recently, I've just kind of noticed a shift, which has happened before, but I've just never really accepted it. I've just kind of kept pushing on and on and on. But like, if something's not working out, it's okay to let go, to move on. You're not legally required to stick around with a person. And that's a hard thing to do. If you're good friends with somebody, or even romantic relationships, this applies too. If you love someone a lot and you decide that it'd be best to let them go, it's hard. I went through this myself. It was so hard to make that decision. But now I look and I'm like, I feel that for the both of us, it was for the best. See, like a lot of relationships, like friendships, romantic relationships, some can be kind of like the oceans. They come crashing in, it's magnificent, but then eventually they recede. Not all do, of course, in real life, if we ignore the wave analogy. There are friendships and relationships that will last a very long time, maybe for the rest of your life. And if you have that, if you're lucky to have that, hold on to that, treasure it, because it's not too common that you get something like that, where you get a friendship or a relationship that can last like that. See, there's a lot of pressure nowadays for people to have people in their lives. It's almost frowned upon if you're alone. I highly disagree with that statement because, you know what? As much as we're humans and we kind of need that social connection to really be healthy mentally, there are times when it's okay to be alone. I haven't made a video about this yet, but I'll touch on this very quick. Sometimes if you're going through a certain chapter in your life, so I'm kind of going through one right now where I'm trying to really improve my life, discipline myself a lot more. It is much easier doing that alone, since I'm in a way, my own boss, but I don't really have to worry about a lot of other things. See, any sort of friendship or relationship does come at a maintenance cost. You have to keep it nourished, you have to keep it fed, right? If you don't feed it, it dies. That goes with anything. If you don't feed something, it's gonna die. So if you don't feed your creativity, it dies. If you don't feed your motivation, it dies. Right? So you gotta feed these friendships and such to keep them going. But sometimes it is okay to let it die. If it's been really hard to keep feeding it, because if just like a toddler, sometimes they're really hard to feed. Of course, I hope you don't let the toddler go hungry, you psychotic you know what. But sometimes it's okay to let the friendship die. And that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. A lot of people are like, "Oh God, you're letting that person go, and they were so good to you. They did all this and that." Well, whoa. Whose life is it for starters? And also, like, I'm not that evil. It's life. See, change will happen in our lives from time to time. Nothing really stays consistent for the most part. There's the odd thing that might stay consistent, but realistically, things change. One day, I won't be able to make videos. I don't know why or how. Maybe it's because I'll get old or something like that. But one day I won't be able to make videos. So, but that goes with people as well. With some people in your lives, especially if you're in school, if you're in work, college, university, wherever you are, that is due to proximity. If let's just paint a picture. Let's just say you're in a volunteer group. Like, good on you for volunteering. I want to start volunteering. I just got to find the right group. But if you are, let's just say you're friends with 5 people, but now these are friendships that are kind of more surface level. You don't really get together outside of volunteering. That's already a major indicator of it falling through at some point. If both parties are not making a consistent effort to hang out outside, then are they they're not really a friend, like a friend that you could really rely on anytime. Most times, I should say. Everybody has lives. Now, life gets busy sometimes, and there's some people that can only get together maybe once a month. Maybe they've got a family to feed or something, or they've got other commitments. That's okay. But if nobody's making a consistent effort to get together, then it's what you call a surface level relationship or friendship. I should say friendship. We're not talking romantics here. We're not talking romantics here. So, and that's okay. Like, some of these surface level friendships can still be good. You just kind of have to be aware of the fact that it may not last forever. As soon as you're done with volunteering in that group, or they are, then the connection could be just severed. If you don't have their contact information and you live in a big city, more than likely your contact is severed. They could go to a Walmart at the other side of the city, and you go to the one that's at the other end. So you're highly likely not going to meet each other again. But that doesn't mean it was your fault or their fault or anything like that. It's kind of just how it works sometimes. Not everything lasts forever. And I know that's a very pessimistic thing to say. I'm more for hoping that things will last, but not everything will. Things come and go, as do people, as do the waves, the weather, sickness. It all comes and goes. But the key is that you're still here, breathing, living your life. And never ever base yourself on how another person treated you or something like that. If somebody's just kind of ghosted you or whatnot, don't feel that it's your fault. It could be your fault, but maybe it isn't your fault. Maybe it's just them. At the end of the day, you're still here. And I think a lot of people sort of feel like when this kind of stuff happens, it's game over. And I've been there. I've talked to this girl that rejected me in 2020, and it just felt like a huge game over. Like, well, okay, it's done. Who am I supposed to find next? It's game over. I do not pass go. Do not collect 1,000,000. It's done, dude. No. I'm still here. It's June of 2026, over 6 years later, and I've talked to a few other girls since then. Had one relationship. So, I'm still here. I'm still going. And even though all those fell through, I'm still here. I'm still going. I've lost people through varying degrees. And does it suck? It really, really does. And there's some days I'm like, why? Why me? Why am I so lonely? Because that's the other thing, is if you're lonely like me, it can be a lot harder to deal with it. If somebody just suddenly goes, or if things fall through, it's a lot harder because you don't really have anybody else to fall back onto, to talk to about it. And it just turns into a really awful situation. And it's hard because you don't have anybody. You might have your family, but sometimes we want friends, not family, because friends may understand a little bit more than family sometimes, but sometimes your family can be helpful. I'm not saying that family can't be helpful, but accepting the fact that not everybody is going to stick around. Some people are only meant to be there for a day. Maybe you had a quick encounter with somebody at a coffee shop. Maybe you just kind of, talked about the weather or something like that for a bit, and it's like, yeah, that was nice. It's okay, that's not going to turn into a friendship. At the very least, you prove that you can talk to somebody. So if you're struggling to talk to people, start there. So you've already proved that you can talk to people. Some people may only last for a week. Maybe it's a meeting you've got on a plane. You've flown to the headquarters of your job, and you meet the CEO, and you're kind of buddy and such. But do you talk to him again? Nope. You don't talk to them again. you won't talk to them until the next meeting. Some people only last for a season, and a season can vary, like a literal season or just a chapter in your life. That's okay. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is being friends with yourself. And I'm sure you're asking, Braxter, how do I be friends with myself? I don't like myself. Stop right there, because that's a problem. If you don't like yourself, how are you supposed to like others? And it sounds so contradictory because sometimes people, and I was like this, you're like, well, if I had people, I could like myself. That right there is seeking validation from others, which is very unhealthy because you're relying on external influences to influence your mood. Maybe your looks. Influence everything. You're waiting for validation. You don't need validation. The validation comes from you. If there's something that you know you want to do, you go and do it. You don't have to wait for somebody to say, yes, do it. You're the person that says yes or no. You're the pilot of your body. You go and do what you want to do. Don't wait for somebody to say yes. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Like, do it. Just do it. I'm not sure how I went on a quick tangent about just do it, because I've already made a video about that, but to summarize and finish this video, people do come and go, and it's okay. It's gonna hurt, and it's okay to hurt. Trust me. Don't suppress your emotions. You always want to feel your emotions. But sooner or later, we all have to accept that some people are temporary, but that it's not necessarily our fault. And as always, stay safe and take care. And keep your head up, alright? The world's a little cruel sometimes, but keep your head up, keep going. You got this.